I often thought in this world of politics and the past history of presidents and all kinds of things that's been going on in my lifetime, I'm an old head, is why all this mumble rap sounds the same. The music has not changed a bit. It's mumble rap, and now even Caucasian music and European music starting to use mumble rap beats. Okay, that's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about the assassination of John F. K. and Donald Trump. And I say that to say that there was two different situations. But out of all my support for Trump, and I'm a Trump supporter, I don't care what people think, because I'm my own man, and I ain't no punk. That as much as they wanted to get rid of Trump, I used to always think the way he used to be out there, just wide open in the open and having a speech, especially during the campaign to become president again, I always wondered, wow, man, this guy just be out here, man. Anybody can shoot. They can shoot him get off the plane. They can shoot him walking to the freaking podium. They can shoot him all day long. The boy didn't care. He probably didn't wear a freaking vest. He never liked he wore a vest. Why don't they just kill him? Like they did JFK, right? JFK get ready to run for office again. Get ready to go for it again. But JFK had a lot of stuff with him. Same stuff that Donald Trump, Biden, everybody else had one. You gotta have a little dirt on you to become president. You can't go into the presidency clean. A lot of you think that your savior, Obama, was clean too, but no, he had some dirt on him too. That's how you control presidents. You gotta be able to control the presidents that you have. But the thing about it is the dirt that they have on Kennedy, which philandered with women, just like Martin Luther King, who philandered with women in hotels, and they had videos of him doing that. J. Edgar Hoover made sure he set that up, though. Philandering around with Caucasian European women in hotels. But Martin Luther King did that, but people still dug him. JFK messed around with Marilyn Monroe and blah, blah, blah. But people still dug him. Trump grabbing women's, cooters and stuff like that back in the day. But, people still dug him because it was about the politics. It was about what they had to say and what kind of change they was going to make for certain people who would just overlook some of them things just to get, what they feel as though they need to get within their constituency. So it was like, all right, cool. But Trump was just a little bit out of pocket because Trump was messing with money. See, there's a difference between JFK and Trump. And that was, JFK was messing around with policy. JFK was messing around with policy. Bay of Pigs, Cuba, Russia. He was messing around with policy. Sometimes he'll shoot him a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do this, and he wouldn't do it. He's all right, I'm going to do it. And then he wouldn't do it. And blah, blah, blah. So you went through that Bay of Pigs thing. You went through all of us almost weren't here because somebody was about to press a button. Was just born, so it would have been a flash in the pants for me if they had to push the button back in 63 because I was born in 61. A lot of you wasn't born yet at all, so you wouldn't have been here because your parents and your sperm would have been dead. But, he was messing around with politics. They wanted him to do certain things politically. Like assassinate other leaders like Castro and stuff like that. They needed JFK to sign up for that. You know what I mean? But he wasn't really doing it the way they wanted him to do it. Now we move fast forward to Trump, 50, 60 years later. Well, we'll say 50 years later, right? Something like that. And now he's messing around with money. He messing around with people's money. He messing around with pharmaceutical money. He's messing around with social media money. He's infiltrating social media with tweets and all this stuff. See, JFK, it's a whole different scenario. You feel me? If JFK had been now, he would have to deal with what he's doing now. And from what I understand, he was the same kind of president really that Trump was. Even though he was a Democrat, he was still the same kind of president that Trump is. Which is, he gonna say what he want to say, he blah, 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 and so on and so forth. He had a lot of enemies. The mob didn't like him. Castro didn't like him. Some other foreign leaders didn't like him. The government didn't like him. The CIA didn't like him. The Bushes didn't like him. A lot of people didn't like the dude. So he had a big scope over his head. And the same thing they did with him, the same thing they did with Trump, which was, okay, we give you 1 term, you running for a 2nd term. If Trump had to say I wasn't running for president again, he would have had an easier way to get out the thing. He'd say, I'm just going to do 1 term. I do have to do that 1 term. I've changed some things. I showed y'all what I can do. I don't need to do this no more. And he would have walked away and been like, okay, that's it. He's done. But he's ready to run again because myself and other people want him to run again because we made out well. We ain't had no wars. People were killing each other and all that stuff. All that stuff came from the Democrats. The Democrats set this whole thing up where it's people killing each other and blah, 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 and wars and stuff like that. That's Democrats. That's money. That's Soros. That's all these cats who are trying to take over the world. You know what I mean? So that's totally different. You know what I mean? It's different now. So what they did was, when it came to Kennedy assassination, the boys going to win. There's no doubt the boys going to win because they didn't have a strong Republican candidate to go against them, right? They had a Republican candidate to go against them. They had nobody who had any strength. So they knew he was going to win again, which means he's still going to take that money out of the military-industrial complex's pocket. And LBJ talked about that a little bit, but Eisenhower talked about it more. So Eisenhower, he had to go. Eisenhower would have probably been a good running candidate, I guess, adversary for JFK. He was done. Eisenhower was done. But I shut down that military-industrial complex. JFK was about the CIA. You can't mess with the CIA, dog. Fast forward to Trump. He trying to drain the swamp. He trying to get rid of the elites, taking our money, taking our lifestyles, giving us freaking viruses and all this stuff. He trying to get rid of people. You gotta go. But they couldn't just kill him like they killed Kennedy. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I've been looking into the JFK assassination for the last 2 weeks. The Warren report and all this stuff, and what people have to say about it. But when it comes to Trump, it's easy because this stuff is more exposed nowadays. The media was crazy back then when it came to the Warren report, not when it came to JFK, because the media wasn't that strong back then when JFK was president. But when it came to like the Warren report and the repercussions from the Warren report, it's different, man. The media was like shutting that down. Like, we don't want to talk about that. No, it's cool. Everything was fine. The Warren report was great. Blah, 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 blah. They was on the shutdown for that. You know what I mean? So that's how they suppress that. Because again, every president that goes into the White House claims they're going to open up the files on JFK, which Trump wanted to do. They're going to look at the ride. Sorry, because it just went 0-0. No. Yeah, that's what was up that. You know what I mean? Again, coming back to fast forwarding now, where we are now, and what they did to Trump, they assassinated his character. So that's what he said when he was talking about the JFK assassination. They said, see, nowadays, you don't have to assassinate a president or a rival or somebody who's not politically standing, for the elites, the people who want to kill us all and just had a planet to themselves or make us all slaves. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to put a hit out. They had to put a hit out on Trump because they knew they could have probably did it. That'd have made Trump more of a hero. So you just can't shoot Trump in the middle of a freaking election. You know what I mean? You can't kill the guy. That's just gonna be a wrap. No, so how do you kill him? You kill him, character, you kill him with social media. And that's what they did. They just killed him with social media. So the difference between now and then is the operation is still the same. These same crooked elite people who want to run the world and make us all slaves and whatsoever, you don't have enough money, then you're just going to be a freaking slave, which a lot of you are. And the cats who think they're going to get all the money, the cats, the basketball players, the actors who don't sold their soul for money and everything so they can live longer, they're going to be the people in the running games. Hunger Games. I told you that the other day. The whole thing is that all this stuff about Hunger Games, all this stuff going to be real, man. When these people decide they're going to have enough power if it ever happens, but us who are going to fight against that is going to make sure it don't happen best we can, because we're going to fight or die. We're not going to sit here and just let them take over and make us slaves and throw masks on our face and make us run around, keep putting viruses up in our system, and we're not taking care of ourselves, trying to guard ourselves against that. We're not going to fight. But for those who are going to be slaves, you're going to be dead, because they're going to virus you out of here. Whatever else they can think about. You're drinking the fluoridated water, you're eating the bad food. Y'all gotta see that video that my man, he actually played bass on. He made a song out of it. I put it on my page on YouTube. This chick was talking about, it's something in this doggone Popeye's chicken. I ain't gonna eat this no more. No, I'm gonna eat it. Because they put it in the food. The government been poisoning your food forever. They've been putting stuff in your food. They've been regulating it, saying you can have about 4 or 5 roaches in your food, but you can't have 6. Man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. These people trying to kill you. And they're going to kill you. And you just got to be ready to die. But see, a lot of y'all are not willing to stand up for yourself instead of dying. You'd rather be a slave than fight for your life. You'd rather be a slave and live. It's crazy. It's like I proposed a question to somebody the other day. I said, what if they told you, actually a coworker here. I'm like, what if a nuclear explosion happened and now, bam, you survived. Man, you ain't going to the club. You ain't going to get no beers. You ain't going to drink no wine. You ain't going to hang out with your girl. You ain't going to go play with your wife. You ain't going to go play with your kids. You going to be wanting to survive. Who want to be here trying to survive after a nuclear war? You got boils all over your body. You just agony to death, man. Why? Well, the same thing is happening to you now. You rather fight. Us, we rather fight. And they are slaves that's rather sit around and let them continue to put masks on you, scare you every night on the TV. They're assassinating you, slowly but surely, from within. With the food, with the water, with the air, they are killing you. And you just, I don't care, as long as I get the hand sign, and as long as I get to look cute on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm all right. I get to walk around showing my butt and all this. I'm okay. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I only live once. Okay. Well, imagine yourself surviving something really catastrophic. What if this virus start killing people right around? It start dropping dead. What you gonna do? You still gonna go to Facebook? Oh, look at me today. Look, I got people around you just dying from viruses and any other thing, bubonic plague. And, what you gonna do? You gonna fight? Or are you gonna fight? Or are you gonna try to survive? I told my man, I'll just take a cyanide pill. But like you said, you can't kill yourself. But I'm saying, man, I don't know if I want to be around if everybody around me just drying. I'm just happen to be surviving. Ain't nothing I can do. I got to live with this stress around me. I don't have no doggone suits to put on. I don't have no freaking anti-radiation suits or nothing like that. Imagine, man. But a lot of you guys living like that right now. Living like that right now. They jamming you up. They poisoning your food, air, water, everything. And you just trying to ignore it. And you can continue to ignore it. You can continue like, okay, well, I'm just going to ignore what's going on, and I'm going to continue to live my life where I want to live my life, as long as I'm happy, and I get to look cute, and I get to look buff on Facebook, and I get to show what I got and all that stuff, and wear suits and I get to have a YouTube channel. Yeah, you can do that, but when people start dying around you by the thousands, then what you going to do then? That's where you should be living your life now. They killed JFK because they know they can do it and get away with it, because they know enough people will be scared. Because after they killed JFK, and a whole bunch of witnesses started dying. Cab drivers, hotel owners who knew Oswald. Anybody who knew Oswald, anybody who knew anything. All right, good young man. Everything beautiful. You? Awesome, awesome. They just started killing people after the JFK thing was over. They started killing all the witnesses so nobody could tell what Oswald was doing. They started killing mugs. Like 38 people got killed after the JFK assassination. 38 people. That's a lot of people to die from one assassination. That's like you, if you saw your boy rob the bank, right? And black people do it all the time. Snitches get stitches, right? So if they see you freaking rob a bank and you was with them, all of a sudden you didn't get caught, you're going to be dead because they're going to shoot you because they don't want you to show up at court, right? It's the same thing, right? So now getting back to the assassination part again, how you can't do that. That's why I always wonder. I'm like, how in the world, why don't they just do it? Why don't they just, bam, why don't they just get rid of dude? Just assassinate him. Get rid of him. And that would be cool because they would have made him a martyr. They would have made Trump a hero, and that would expose everything that's going on. But see, again, they have assassinated him. They assassinated him with character. Twitter, Soros, Black Lives Matter, which is a phony organization, all this stuff. That's how they assassinated him. But he's still out there. And since he's still out there and they can't shut him up, then they're still going to talk about him, but they still can't kill him. They still got to try to assassinate his character. So let's find something else to do with him. See, that's how you know you got a lot of power, right? The dude not even in office anymore. No, let's find out how to see if he cheated on his taxes up in New York. They're filing suits against the boy. The boy not even president anymore. And they're trying to see how they can file a suit against him, see if he did some criminal wrongdoing. I'm talking about criminal wrongdoing, not like the small. I'm talking about criminal wrongdoing, trying to lock this dude up to tarnish his character. It's like if you can't tarnish his character through social media because he's really not that big enough, you're not influencing enough people to do it, which, as people say, you got 75 million people who voted for that boy. The votes didn't get counted because, Democrats threw them all in the trash and, they fake Biden votes. But, It is a shame. And for y'all to let y'all government do what they're doing to y'all, if they're going to do that to a president, I mean a standing president, if they're going to do that to anybody, you know they don't care about you. But you don't care. You don't care because as long as you get to look cute, as long as you get to wear what you wear and buy have your social media channels and wear your Balenciaga shoes and you got your Louis Vuitton bags and all that stuff, y'all don't care. That's how weak you are. You're weak. You're weak. You're stuck in materialism. And heavenly don't like you in materialism, by the way. Oh, you claim to be God-loving folk wearing crosses, but you out here acting a fool. You out here buying stuff you don't need, that don't mean anything, just trying to be a part of the crowd. And let's put another God. You got three gods. You got yourself as a God, you got your stuff, your materialism as a God, and then you got the God you're supposed to be worshiping. I ain't got no more to say. I don't know why they didn't kill Trump. And after looking at these investigations on the JFK assassination, now I know why they didn't kill him. Because you can use social media to assassinate somebody's character. You don't have to assassinate him with a bullet. Y'all can talk about me and assassinate my character if you wanted to and shut down my channel. Oh, Raj, I saw Raj doing this. I saw Raj, banging his honey in the alleyway, and she only had one eye. And so, how can a dude do that? Y'all can assassinate me if you wanted to. But you ain't gonna shoot me because I ain't worth shooting. Nobody gonna go through a whole criminal investigation and shoot me. But now they bringing on a whole bunch of people. Illegal immigrants are here to do one of two things: to try to get it on or start killing folks. That's why they letting them in. Because they know they pay them cats, them MS-13 cats and whatever. Yo, you want to stay here, you want to kill a couple people. And they don't care if they kill a couple people in court, they put them right in jail. And they don't care, they're just trying to get here and stay when they know they're getting set up like an Oswald patsy, right? I gotta go, man. I just know too much, man. I make sure ain't nobody looking at me, man. My TV be acting funny nowadays. Sometimes it'll stop. It'll stop. The TV will just freeze up on me, man. I'm like, yo. Hey, dog. They know what I know. I know what they know. But I'm just a little bored. Half of y'all ain't gonna listen. So don't worry about me affecting y'all. And that's okay, as long as I know what's going on. I'm out.